So we're going to continue on with our emotional appeals and look at a few more types of emotional appeals in this video. So the next one we have makes for a really good hook as well, and that is personal experience. A lot of times in research papers, for example, you can't really talk about yourself. Um, Persuasive writing kind of breaks that rule. So you can talk about yourself in persuasive writing. First of all, you have to set yourself up as an authority. If someone's going to be persuaded by you, they need to know who you are and your angle on the issue. So you can talk about yourself as an authority, and you can talk about the personal experiences you've had with the issue as long as you don't rely too heavily on those. But these make really great hooks for persuasive papers because it serves two purposes. You get an emotional appeal in, so you get the reader emotionally invested in your topic, and you set yourself up as an authority at the same time. So if your reader automatically knows why you're interested in this topic and that you've had experience with it, they're more likely to trust you and see you as a good source of information. So, the example here in a paper on the benefits of the smoking ban, Joe opens by giving a personal account of watching his father die of lung cancer. He uses this to help the reader understand how painful this was and how they can prevent this from happening to others. So, for example, Joe might be studying at a campus that's considering smoking banning across campus. So, an effective way to open that paper is to describe, and he'd probably use quite a bit of detail, watching his father die of lung cancer. So he might kind of create an image. He might describe the hospital room. He might describe what his father looked like, the pain he was in. These can be very descriptive. These can be a little bit long. This might be a whole paragraph by itself. That's okay, because that's going to really draw the reader in emotionally, and it's going to just make them wonder, ooh, could that happen to me? Could I have that same experience? So these are really good for the beginnings of papers. You can also kind of use them towards the end, but they're best placed at the beginning. The next type of appeal is pop culture appeal. You've probably noticed this in advertising. You'll also notice it in politics. When politicians are giving political rallies, they often invite famous artists, singers, actors to speak or to perform at those rallies. It's because when we have celebrities that we really like, we trust them and we want to feel close to them, like we feel the same way they do about things. So if our favorite celebrity likes a certain politician or endorses a certain product, we're more likely to support that same thing. So here you can see an advertisement. It's one of the Got Milk ads. The Got Milk campaign is famous for using celebrities to wear the little milk mustache and endorse the product. So this one happens to be Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. So these are very effective ads because they portray celebrities who are very, very popular and who we kind of trust. They're also, the visuals are always very good. They're very well lit, they're well photographed, they're well put together. So that's a very strong pop culture appeal. And then hypothetical appeals. These are also really great to use as hooks. They are also very, very good for ending a paper. So your last emotional appeal is very good if it's a hypothetical appeal. It's a great way to kind of wrap up and to get the reader back emotionally invested in the argument after you've used a lot of logical appeals. So a hypothetical appeal is used to make the audience picture a situation that could happen that would alarm them, upset them, or make them feel the desired emotion. So here's an example. Mary opens her essay on texting while driving with the following. It's the day of your graduation. You're on the way to the ceremony, elated, proud, and anxious to see your friends, when a car slams into the driver's side of your car, crushing your left leg. What should have been the happiest day of your life thus far has turned to a nightmare, and instead of collecting your diploma, you'll collect medicine from the ER nurse. All this could have been avoided had the driver who hit you not been texting. So Mary has started this little story here. This is a hypothetical. It's not something that actually happens. It's a hypothetical situation. But she starts it by using a lot of description, which is good because description draws the reader in. She's painting a picture of how they feel, what's going on, why they're so excited about this event, which kind of pulls them in like they're being told a story. And then all of a sudden she says a car slams into the driver's side of your car. So she's put the reader into that car, and then she's scared them by saying, oh no, this terrible thing happens. So it causes kind of a sense of panic in the reader because everyone can picture being in a car accident. That's something most people fear, at some points in their lives. And then she goes on to say, what are the repercussions of this? Oh no, you're not going to get your diploma now. You're going to get medicine instead. You're in the emergency room. And then at the very end, in the last sentence, she comes around to the actual topic of her paper, texting while driving. So this is a very strong appeal. It really draws the reader in. It makes them feel something very strong. And then it makes it very hard for them to argue against her stance. So like I said, this is well placed at the beginning of a paper, but it could also be very well placed at the end before she wraps up.